Hello everyone. Today I am going to present digital humanities intersection, tension, and transformation. These are my personal information, table of contents, and my research question that how do the intersections of technology and the humanities generate productive tensions that challenge traditional academic structures and transform the epistemology method and identity of humanistic inquiry in the digital age. And my hypothesis that digital humanities situated at the intersection of technological innovation and humanistic inquiry constitutes a dynamic and tension rich field that reconfigures knowledge production and reshapes institutional norms and reconceptualized what it means to study the human and its inherent instability between computation and critique, tool and theory, and innovation and tradition is not a limitation but the very source of its intellectual vitality and interdisciplinary and transformative potential. First we have introduction that digital humanities lies at the intersection of technology and the humanities defined by productive instability rather than fixed boundaries. And here Kirschenbaum notes that it involves using computational tools, analyzing digital culture, and transforming scholarly communication and infrastructure. Here at it means digital humanities is shaped by tensions between tool and theory, and innovation and institutional limits, and visibility and recognition within academia. So, first introduction, what is digital humanities? So, there were multiple definitions, shared territory, so that there is a digital humanities encompasses the intersection of computing and the disciplines of the humanities. And here we can see that it involves methodological innovation through computational tools, critical analysis of digital culture and artifacts, and new modes of scholarly production and dissemination, and infrastructure development for humanities research. Then historical evolution from humanities computing to digital humanities. So first we have the rebranding movements, that critical juncture, that shift from humanities computing to digital humanities was strategic, not accidental. So in 2001 to 2004, Blackwell's companion to digital humanities deliberately chose digital humanities to shift the emphasis away from simple digitization. And 2005, formation of Alliance of Digital Humanities Organization. And 2006, there is the NEH Digital Humanities Initiative launched, with digital humanities chosen because it implied a form of humanism rather than just computing. There is a core tensions in the field, that the tools versus object of study debate. Here Parry's distinction that using computational tools for traditional humanities research like a text analysis, databases and encoding, and other is a humanities oriented questions about computing technologies like media studies, digital culture. And here the integration problems, that O'Donnell, like a critic, identifies that three themes in digital humanities conversations, that preoccupation with the traditional publication formats, career making prudence, and anxiety about learning new technique skill. So here there is a critical point that we have moved into a space for larger verticalously and acrophobically larger than the one we have traditionally occupied, and we respond by keeping to our habitual scope. Then three possible futures, that there is a three trajectory. First is discipline formation, that here separate departments, degree programs and disciplinary identity, how it risks that loss of flexibility, conformity to traditional academic structure, and benefit that stability, resources and legitimacy. And second trajectory is that liminal meeting place, digital humanities, that intersectional space between humanities and digital, and how it risks that institutional uncertainty, lack of clear position, and benefits flexibility, innovation, cross-disciplinary work. Third trajectory is absorption by traditional humanities. That is, digital becomes a naturalized across all disciplines, and DH disappears as a separate entity. And assessment is not for a long but long time. This is by Kirschenbaum. Then we have as per my critical assessment point of agreement, and here I put, so where I align with these scholars that on the need for inclusivity and on epistemological awareness and on the service function trap. So first is I strongly agree with Svenson's big digital humanities model, and the field's historical neglect of gender, ethnic, and environmental perspectives is a significant weakness that limits its intellectual and political relevance. And second is Parry is correct that treating digital as merely adjectival modification misses the ontological shift. The digital change is what it means to be human, and by extension, what it means to study the humanities. Then we have case study the MLA 2009 movements, that MLA like a modern language association. So first, digital humanities goes viral. That here Kirschenbaum account that DH was the first next big thing in a long time, and Twitter create network topology of the field. Here we can see that only 3% of MLA attendees tweeted, but 48% of DH conference attendees did. So here we can see critical point that the movement was as much about academic labor precarity as about intellectual innovation. Then we have what's actually new in this. So McLuhan's principle, here we can connect that. Donnell's reminder that McLuhan argues that the content of a new medium is at its outset on old medium, and electronic journals duplicate print journal expectations, and also electronic books like assume physical form and limitations of the codex. And here critical question I put that, is DH genuinely transformative or primarily automating existing practices? And then we have comparative disciplinary analysis, that why has DH succeeded where others haven't. So here factors identified that text as a tractable data type, and a long tradition of text analysis corpora and stylistic, and cultural studies openness, and institutional timing. The question of the human, that here also Svensson's observation that these centers are more likely to be dynamic and intersectional, but also typically more theory driven and less department on large digitalized material collections. Then we have conclusion that digital humanities redefined how we produce and understand knowledge. From humanities computing to networked scholarship, it represents both transformation and tension, a discipline seeking legitimacy while resisting closure. And its future may lie in becoming a discipline, a collaborative space, or a naturalized part of all humanities, but its value rests in inclusivity, reflectivity, and theoretical depth. So these are my references, and thank you. If you have any question.
So my question is that how does digital humanities balance innovation and tradition?
So here, digital humanities thrives on the tension between this, uh, like this tension between computational and traditional humanistic inquiry. And here we can see that its instability is not a flow, but it's a drives creativity and this interdisciplinary and traditional this research. So that is the.
So my question is, what is the MLA 2009 movement and why it is significant?
Yes, here at the MLA conference, there is a DH went viral on Twitter, and it's also showing that digital platform can also build community and identity. And earlier I mentioned that 48% of DH attendees tweeted compared to the 3% of at the MLA. And it illustrates that digital infrastructure can foster scholarly networks, and also reveals issue of that labor this labor precarity and also recognition. So that is the answer of that. Thank you. This is from my side.